God bless him, and from like a gas station. And my man is on social media upset because somebody robbed him at the gas station as he's walking out. I'm sorry, he's not walking out. We won $30,000 and he went and spent $20,000 on a necklace. Now this guy, I'm not saying I know his socioeconomic situation, but it appears as though he was, you know, you know, that he really needed this money. I mean, he's never seen this kind of money before in his life. So let me just start there. So he's like I used to be, you know, too much month into my money, struggling, just trying to make it, right? So basically, let's just say this is more money he's ever made in his life, okay? And he makes his money, and he goes and buys a gold necklace for $20,000. Then somebody robs him of the necklace at a gas station, the same gas station, oddly enough, where he won the money. He's upset about being robbed, and I think he's been robbed 3 times. Number one, the community robbed him because we get upset about, this is a black community now. I'm black, I can talk about it. My play uncle was murdered right in front of me when I was 7 years old because he was selling marijuana in the wrong neighborhood and people trying to send a message to him. He couldn't do that, so they decided to gun him down with a truck and ran over him to send a message. So I'm just sick and tired. This is generational pain. Yeah, we need to be upset about police brutality and we need to call that out. We also need to say, knock it off in our own neighborhood of black people or anybody else robbing us. Like, zero tolerance, period, end of subject. Anybody who has a problem with that has a problem with social justice or just decency, period. And if your mother got jacked, if your mother got mugged, anybody about to push back and say, well, John Bryan, you know, why are you focusing on that? If your mother gets mugged by somebody, black, brown, orange, or you know, Technicolor, you'd lose your mind, and you'd want them under the jail. So let's just not generalize here. Anybody getting harassed is wrong, and mugged and robbed. So number one, we shouldn't tolerate this in our own community, and we should call it out, and we should do things with community policing. Yes, hold the police accountable, not only for police brutality, but also for policing. Okay, so we should want them to lock up the bad guys. Just don't beat them up. Just don't beat up innocent people or somebody for whom is cooperating. Can I get an amen? Number two, this is a radical movement of common sense. I'm not saying anything extraordinary here. Number two, is the second time he's been robbed is that he spent $20,000 on a depreciating asset, right? That he thought that he was investing, and really he was just spending. That asset that he bought is worth less than when he bought it. So he bought it and he walked out the jewelry store, and you know, I don't know. The next day he couldn't sell it for bought it for $20,000. Couldn't sell it back to them for, I'm gonna say no more than $10,000, maybe less than that. There's an 80% markup on things like retail jewelry, right? So literally pennies on the dollar. Number three, is why didn't he take that money? Third robbery, lack of financial literacy, lack of knowledge. Why didn't he take that money? Somebody educate him. This is what Operation Hope does. Take that money and make some money. Invest in stocks, bonds, investments, real estate. You build wealth in your sleep. He could have made enough money on a real investment to pay for the jewelry that he wants to floss with later on and have an asset. Oh my God, just use that as a down payment to buy a house. My God, like that would give him shelter, appreciation of real estate, depreciation that you could write off your tax returns, of the depreciation of the real estate, write off the mortgage payments. And now every month, every payment you make every month against that mortgage for that house, you deduct from your income, or you deduct from the money you pay on taxes against your income. You get that money back. You guys follow me? Please put it in the notes if you understand what I'm saying. And there's probably a fourth way that this is being robbed. He's being robbed, and it probably goes back to community peace, which is that we're not building generational wealth here. That is what we don't know that's killing us, but we think we know. Ambassador Andrew Young, my mentor, Dr. King's right arm in the civil rights movement, said, To live in a system of free enterprise and not to understand the rules of free enterprise must be the very definition of slavery. To live in a system of free enterprise and not to understand the rules of free enterprise, can I get an amen? Must be the very definition of slavery. Aren't we sick and tired of being sick and tired? The black dollar does not cycle multiple times in our community, but poverty does, crime does, murder and mayhem does. People talk about, joke when I say about low credit scores and how that is indicative of community. And John, what are you talking about credit scores? It's not about the credit scores. It's about the fact that all the problems in our neighborhoods are in 500 credit score neighborhoods, all of them. Homicides, drugs, robbing, gunning, low employment, high unemployment, low levels of education, high levels of single-parent households. And when you get the credit score up 100 points, those problems begin to go away. It's not about the credit score, it's about the trending indicators of hope, well-being, engagement, financial literacy, knowledge, opportunity. The memo, my fourth book. My last book is Up From Nothing, the untold story of how we all succeed. If you don't have that one, you need to go get it. But we also never got the memo on how the world works, how the economy works. Is what we don't know that we don't know that's killing us what we think we know. It's what you don't know that you don't know that's killing you, but you think you know. It's what you don't know that you don't know that's killing you, but you think you know. So we started out with physical robbery, and we end with intellectual and economic robbery, because we're not building anything sustainable. We're getting robbed in broad daylight. What else do you see in a 500 credit score neighborhood? A check casher next to a payday lender, to a rent-to-own store next to a title lender. Aren't we sick and tired of being sick and tired? I'm out. John Hope Bryant. Go to Operation Hope and Hope Global and go get you a Hope financial coach at Operation Hope and a Hope Inside location today. Download the Hope in Hand app, by the way, to your phone. It's all free. I'm out here burning up in hot sun trying to get you this message. But it's all good, right? Love and light.